Good morning, everybody, and a new week has begun again. So let's have a look at our work. So we are on to our week 8 activities, and we begin, of course, as always, with our date, which is Monday, the 8th of March, 2021. Monday, the 8th of March, 2021. And of course, a new week means new spellings. So this week, our spellings all have the E sound. And the E sound is made in many ways. It can be made using EE, E on its own, E and A together, Y, or EY. Now you'll see that I've put a dot here above the E because this one can be tricky. E can make different sounds depending on what word it's in. So sometimes it makes an E sound, like in the word me, but sometimes it makes an E sound, and we'll look at that again shortly. So let's have a look at this week's spellings. And this week we have some homophones in our spellings, which we know are words which sound the same, but are spelt differently and have different meanings. So we have week and week, and we have meat and meat. So this week is the one that has 7 days, and this week means not very strong. So if someone was ill, they may say that they're feeling quite weak. Then we have meet and meet. This one is to meet a friend, and this one is the meat that you eat. So let's have a look through all of our spellings then. Week, keep, meet, week, meat, clean, many, lady, very, quickly, 20, and 60. So you may have noticed that I put a little dot beside very. Can you have a look at the word very and decide which letter in that word is making the E sound? Is it the E or is it the Y? Say the sound aloud and try to hear the E sound. Very, very. It's the Y, isn't it? It's the Y that's making the E sound there. And that is one of the cases where the E on its own makes a different sound. We don't say very, we say very. V, E. So in that case, the Y makes the E sound, not the E. Whereas, as I said earlier, if we were looking at the word me, then the E definitely makes an E sound there. Whereas, as I said in the word very, there's no E sound there. It comes from the Y. Very. E sound. So then, to begin our sounds in focus, the first thing we do is we underline the letter or letters that make the E sound in each word. So just remember with the word very, it's not the E you underline, it's the Y. It's making the E sound. Then it asks you to find any other ways that the E sound is made in any of the words. Now, I'm going to help you with that because I always think that's quite tricky, as you know. Here we have the E sound made by this E and this E together. We call it E hop over E, because you have to hop over a letter in the middle. And this is how we would write that sound. E hop over E. So E and then a little line and E again. So then you would write that sound just here, because it asks you what letters make the sound. And then you write the word where you found that sound here. So you would write these right here, because that's another way of making the E sound that we didn't see at the top. Question 2 then asks you to colour the tree, these trees here, if you hear the E sound in the word, and then count the number of sounds in each word, and write the number in the B above the word. So a lot to do there. Let's look through it. So the first thing you need to do is say each word aloud, and if you can hear an E sound anywhere in the word, you can colour the tree. So if you hear a different sound like an I or an eh, then you don't need to colour it in. But if there's somewhere in the word, if there's an E sound, you can colour in the tree. So I'm going to read through these words first of all. Listen carefully, and if you hear the E sound, you colour the tree. And you can pause the video if you need to. First word then, me, lady, eat, try, one, very, feet, three, never, before, each. Now remember, you would colour in very because although the E doesn't make the E sound, the Y does. Then we move on to counting the sounds in each word. Now we've done this before using dots. Last week we counted sounds by putting legs on the ladybird. And this week we have to write a number, the number of sounds, inside the B, which is just here, this little buzzy bee. So as I always do, I'm going to read through each word, sound it out, and you count the sounds. However many sounds you hear, you write that number in the B. So let's start with me. E. Lady. L, E, D, E. Eat. E, T. Try. T, I. One, w, n. Very, v, e, e. Feet, f, e, t. Three, th, e. Never, n, v, Before, b, e, f, o, And each, e, ch. And that would be enough sounds in focus for today. Feel free to go back through this video again to listen to the words and hear me sounding them out. Now this Monday today we are looking at adjectives, and we did the same thing last Monday. We looked at adjectives as well. And adjectives are describing words. So for example, colours would be descriptive words. Red, blue, green. He had a red hat. She wore blue shoes. The sky was blue. Big, tall, small, happy, sad. All of those things are describing words. And adjectives are describing words, and they help to make our writing much more interesting. So let's say that you went to McDonald's and you were telling someone what you had, and you said, I had fries. Okay, that's an okay sentence, but it's not very interesting. Whereas if you said, I had warm, crispy, salty fries, you've used much more description. And it is a much better sentence. Now, in each of these sentences here, there is an adjective. You have to circle the adjective in each sentence. So you're circling the describing word. So let's look through the sentences. Number 1, the cat is pretty. Number 2, I have long legs. Number 3, she found a shiny shell. Number 4, the happy penguin looked up. Number 5, the big elephant drank water. Number 6, the dog had fluffy hair. So an adjective just gives you a little bit more descriptive information to make your sentences better. Now, these sentences are okay, but I think we can make some of them even better. You are asked to choose 3 of the sentences above and rewrite them below, changing the adjectives to make them more exciting. So they've given you an example there. The cat is pretty has been changed to the cat is beautiful. So you have to choose really 3 sentences from here, not all 6, just 3. Write them again, but change your adjective. And you could even add in 2 adjectives if you wanted, as long as you end up with sentences that are even better than these ones at the top. All right? And you can number them 1, 2, and 3 down here. And that is our literacy for today. And your maths will be in video 2. All right?